Today I'm talking about Asta's final power in Black Clover. It has something to do with Liebe's special existence as a devil. If you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. Please enjoy this video. Let's go! This topic is a little complicated because it's in a kind of gray area in Black Clover where it's pretty much confirmed. But for some reason it's never been shown or mentioned directly. Only sometimes did we get a little glimpse. I'm talking about the existence of angels and their connection to devils. This is literally the last important thing that needs to be uncovered in Black Clover. Since the beginning, this topic has been hinted at again and again. The more the series progresses, the more obvious the hints become. Now there are even paladins, who literally look like angels, whereby this form is actually even the proof of the existence of the angels due to the connection to the devils. And yet I believe that the real angel race might be somewhat different from the paladins. Perhaps the paladins are simply the result of Lucius' attempt to copy the angel race. Look at the saint stage for example. Both Noel and Yuno have halos and angelic wings. The word saint literally indicates a holy power in the world of Black Clover. From the moment Noel received the saint stage, it was explained that this power was specifically made to destroy devils. Since this power comes from the elemental spirits, one can assume that they are connected to a holy power, or perhaps even created by this holy power. This means that this higher power must know about the devils and is therefore probably also responsible for their existence. And based on mythology, this higher power must be connected to the origin of the devils. Everything fits together, and yet we have never seen a single real angel, except for the angels in the church. But if Lucius could turn devils into wannabe angels, then that means every devil must have the natural ability to somehow transform into a real angel. Whether with training or due to spiritual development, perhaps they need to somehow redeem themselves or prove that they are worthy of this sacred power by whatever means. And here's the thing. If there's really a possibility that a devil can turn into an angel, and if Black Clover will show such a devil, then it can only be Liebe together with Asta. So what does Asta need to do to achieve this form? The angel form. First of all, I don't think Asta has any influence on it. Lucius has explained that all he does is purify a devil's soul and somehow mix it with a human soul to create paladins. So it's all about the devil, in this case Liebe. Unless it turns out that Asta and Liebe are actually one soul. In any other case, because of the term Lucius used to describe the process of turning devils into paladins, that is, purification, we can assume that it might have something to do with the spiritual change of the devil. But this is the point where I have a little problem with the understanding of angels and the connection between devils and angels or paladins. Because from what we know, some devils are born in the underworld, so they are literally born impure. That's simply unfair without further context. So unlike the ancient devil who according to mythology fell from heaven because of their rebellion against God, the newborn devils are punished for no reason. At least according to our current understanding of the underworld, we do not know the process of a newborn devil. So what is the reason for the existence of devils like Liebe that have nothing to do with the rebellion of the fallen angels? Therefore, I honestly find it hard to believe that if a godlike being in the Black Clover world created the underworld and punished the fallen angels, that this being would also allow innocent devils to be born and suffer pain caused by those who should be punished. Or, and this is where it gets interesting, every devil that is born in the underworld suffers for their sins from their previous lives. To me, this is the only explanation why a devil like Liebe can be a newborn who doesn't remember his past life, but deserves to be punished. That is why there are different levels of the underworld. The worse the sin of the angel, the deeper in the underworld the angels are reborn as devils. In the underworld, there's no concept of parenthood. Liebe never mentioned his real parents. He didn't even know what his son or mother was, or love, or any other relationship like friendship. Moreover, in the underworld, we saw cocoons when Liebe talked about his birth, indicating that devils simply do not have parents, which again points to the idea that they are born out of nothing. But since the underworld is built like a prison with various levels of evil and is meant to punish the devils, one must assume that they are not born from nothing, but from the sins they committed in their past lives as angels. This will then mean that there are only two possibilities. First, Liebe could be, for example, the reincarnation of a devil who died either recently or whenever, so similar to how the elves were reincarnated. For example, look at Yuno. His elven soul was reincarnated and mixed with his human soul. In the same way, perhaps a devil was reincarnated into Liebe. In this case, the reincarnated devil does not necessarily have to be a devil from the first layer. The soul to which Liebe's body originally belonged might have been punished in his previous life for a minor sin, hence the reincarnation as a devil in the first layer. But now imagine that Astaroth died about 30 years ago after Lucius Zogratis stole his magic. Just before Astaroth died, he cast the reincarnation spell as Zagreus did with the elves, and reincarnated into Liebe. And who knows, maybe the anti-magic is the result of Astaroth losing his magic to Lucius Zogratis before he used the reincarnation spell on himself. The second possibility is that Liebe is not a reincarnation, but literally an angel who was punished for something he did in his previous life in heaven. The fact that Liebe is a pretty good devil seems to point to the idea that what he did in his past life must literally be the minimum an angel has to do to end up in the underworld. But at the same time, the smaller the sin, the easier it should be for the devil to theoretically redeem themselves. Therefore, of all the other devils, Liebe has the best chance to redeem himself. He's literally not an evil devil. To be honest, I wonder why he's in the underworld to begin with. If he's a good person now, it suggests that perhaps he was not so bad in his past life. At least if we assume that devils are reborn as evil as they were when they died as angels. This brings me to another idea. Liebe could have been an angel who deliberately committed a small sin to end up in the first layer of the underworld. Because maybe he's on a mission, which is why Liebe is not evil at all after being reborn as a devil. In this case, Liebe simply knows nothing of his past life or of his actual mission. This theory is only possible because such a mission is only possible with the help of people who know about it, and have to help Liebe because he himself cannot remember his past life. And it is a fact that there is a person in Liebe's life who manipulates certain events to make Liebe's life go in a certain direction. This is undeniable. For example, he was thrown out of the underworld by an unknown devil. Then by chance, Lysita found him, and a few days earlier she accidentally found a 5-leaf clover grimoire. Somehow the grimoire then ended up in the tower, and then years later in Asta's hands. And so on and so forth. All this development is not possible without someone supporting Liebe and pushing him in a certain direction. Together they could work towards a certain goal, for example defeating Lucius Zogratis or Lucifero or whatever. There's this rule in many series that have to do with angels, and that is, angels are not allowed to interfere in human affairs. One way to get around this is to be reincarnated as a devil. I will not underestimate this possibility, and if there's someone who knows Liebe from his past life as an angel, someone who guides Asta and Liebe in a certain direction, then this person might also know how Liebe could turn back into an angel. Just imagine a flashback of Liebe in heaven. That would be crazy. Anyway, if all this is not true, then there simply must be another way for a devil to become an angel without soul magic. Lucius did not invent this race, he merely created it artificially and made it available to humans. The fact that he did it proves that there is a race that devils can turn into if they only know how. Let me know in the comments what you think of this theory. And please leave a like, it really helps me a lot to continue the Black Clover content on this channel. If you want to see more videos, then subscribe to this channel with the notification bell activated. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.